Good evening, friends. This is Barb Pask. Going to paint a small one tonight, a 5x7 still life. I have set up some art supplies over here to paint. Let's see if I can get you over there and I'll show you. I'm working harder to get my camera set up to where you have a better view. This is what we're doing. The light always blows things out, but got the little can for spirits, a couple little bottles, and red, it's cad red paint, even though it looks a little blown out. I like the red lid and the red paint, and I always love those cans when you put those in paintings, so we're trying that. All right, let's try to get you back in here now. I didn't want to move the tripod around because I think I got you set up pretty good. I had someone comment on my last video about how they felt that the view for the audience wasn't very good. So I am painting kind of off to the right. I have you more in front of it, so I'm trying hard to give you a better view. So bear with me, it's a little bit awkward for me. It's tough. If you've never done it, it's just not a perfect scenario, you know. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to tone the canvas tonight, even though sometimes I do, frequently I do. I think I'm just going to get my object sketched on and with paint. Again, I could use pencil, but I've just mixed up some ultramarine blue and some transparent red oxide, and I am using my view catcher to set up my composition. You just adjust it. This doesn't have a 5x7 on here, so I slide it till I think I've approximately got the right format, and I look through there to set my composition. I love this thing. If you paint from life, still lifes, or you paint outside, it's a very needed tool if you don't have one. But you can look through there, kind of decide what hits the center point with a brush. It's really, really helpful. All right, so again, this is a little one, but a little bit complicated. A lot of times I go with an odd number of objects, but I like the two bottles and I like the bottle with the red cap. I think it helps pull the composition together. So this is what we're doing. So I'm going to kind of look at my outside negative space to sketch this in, I think. Yeah, there's no, do whatever works for you. Usually if I get one object placed, usually that's helpful. This is a way you can sketch too. I've done workshops where you create the objects by kind of going back and forth. I don't know if you ever tried that. David LaFell, who is a well-known, excellent artist. I recall watching a DVD of his here on YouTube, I think, where he did a face this way. He just kind of built the face like that. So another thing to try, maybe, you know, something, see if that work is useful for you. You know, it doesn't matter, whatever is helpful to you. And I don't kill myself to get an absolute precise sketch. For myself, I feel like I'm drawing as I'm painting. So anyway, I thought these objects seemed fun. You've seen me do the top of a bottle like that. That can be helpful to get that symmetrical shape. Just go across it like that. I like these little solvent cans. I usually like them when I see them in paintings. So we'll kind of build our way down. I'm thinning with the tiniest bit of water. These are water mixable oils. Doing a plein air competition this weekend. I worked today to get my frames all. What you do is you, once it's completed, you have to frame it. So you're framing a very wet painting, which I've done that many times. But you, so you need your hardware on there and your wire, and so when you drop it off, it's ready to hang. This is at a, it's in a park south of here, and they have a village of old homes, and typically you can't paint there. They're kind of funny about that, but anyway, this is a competition to make money for them, and so we had to pay to enter, and there's prizes, and you know, maybe if we're lucky we'll sell something. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. All right, let's see. If this is here, this one's higher. Yeah, I'm not in any rush here. I'm just, you know, taking my time. You know, I'd rather get it approximately right before I start than okay. Over here is a nice shadow from the handle. Got a shadow here in front of the paint tube. Let me look at this again. This might be a little narrow. So I think we'll start off and put in our darkest shapes that we see. I could do an object at a time, but I kind of tend to jump around. I prefer to bring things up to the same degree, you know, instead of finishing one thing too soon and then it becomes kind of precious to you. So I think that's a better way to work. Just jump around and bring things up all at the same time. All right, let's look for the darkest darks that we see. This cap here is black. Of course, not solid black. There's areas of it that's lighter, but for now we're just blocking it in dark. Anyway, let me know if this view is better for you. This is, I think, about the best I can do. I tried it over my right shoulder. That does not work because I get my head in there. So, again, I'm working kind of from the right as it is, so I don't know how much better I can make it. A little bit of dark coming through that bottle. A lot of gray tones. This, you know, is a basically silver gray container. This bottle here. Matter of fact, I may wipe off some of this. kind of clean that up a little bit. So I think what I'm going to do is mix up some grays for this. And I'm going to do that like I always do with the 3 primaries, yellow, blue, and red. You know, just mix a puddle that and then look at it and decide if it should be warmer or cooler, lighter or darker, okay? This kind of transitions. This is your darker side here. I did throw a dark in there. And it's not perfectly clean, so there's some kind of warm areas too. Doesn't have too many bright reflections, but of course I can do whatever I want with it. Anyway, this competition is Saturday and Sunday, and I don't completely understand the rules. It's talking about a lot of times you'll paint the 2 days and then you turn it in for judging. And this is, there's a wet paint sale the first night, and then the judging is the next afternoon. So I can't say I completely understand it. I figure it out when I get there, I guess. Okay, so I'm mixing up some different values, some different tones. Just give me some options. You know, I think things are interesting if they have a variety of warms and cools too. Okay, so I'm looking for the darker colors first. Oh, we got some of that red reflecting in there. That will be nice. I'm going to use a little of the medium this time, see if I can get it to, so I don't have to work it so much. That's that Gamsol solvent-free gel, which I'm learning to, and trying to decide if I like or not. Like I said, it's a bit warmer right here. I use this cup now for water. It used to be solvent when I was working with traditional oils. I'm trying to vary, you know, the values and the colors as we come across, and we can always change it up if we don't like it. I try to bring my strokes down because otherwise they catch light. Again, I'm hoping you're enjoying this view better. And also, I realize I work different than a lot of people. I don't edit, so when you watch me paint, I hope you enjoy that. It's like visiting me in real time. I paint it in real time, and that's what I do. I mean, I do that partly because I'm faster than some people, and I can. But hopefully you like that. I hope. You know, we'll be adding some highlights and some things along that little rim, some things to explain this better too, you know. I have to get my liner brush out. And okay, let's move on from there. Let's not keep picking at that. I mean, there's a lot of work to be done to it yet. We've got handles, but the block end is there, so let's move on. This is very amber colored, the liquid in there. So let's try some Indian yellow and some white. A little transparent red oxide because I want to warm it up. Okay, let's look at that. You know, it's just, again, I'm always saying it's just push and pull, you know. But you want all the elements in your painting to work together, so sometimes you may make some adjustments on color or I'm not sure what the dark is, but I'm seeing that dark in there, so I always, again, you know me, I try to paint what I see. We can always adjust it if we don't like it. And we got to make some changes in that cap too, but for now, that's good. That's the label. The paint tube's in front of that, so that's what I'm painting around. There's a new, oh, I should have written down the name of it, but there's a new blue paint out now. I've seen it demonstrated, and it's a small tube, about the size of that tube of red that I showed you. It's $70 a tube. It's some new blue they have discovered. I've seen it, I saw it demonstrated. A guy kept mixing it with he laid out other blues, ultramarine, phthalo, cobalt, and added a little white. I can't imagine I would ever buy it. They said it's an opaque blue, but I just didn't see it. I mean, to me it didn't look real, the tinting strength of it didn't look real good, and I just couldn't believe, you know, I would never pay that. I just don't see any reason to, but shouldn't be negative till you try it, right? I probably will not be trying it though, I have to be honest with you. I just can't imagine why I would pay that. But let me know if you do. I'll think of the name of it for you. And I'm going to lightly brush over this too, because it is, even though it's dark, it is behind. I've got a lot of paint here. We're going to be taking some of that off. All right, let's move on now. I'm telling you, I feel like that liquid should be warmer than I have it. Okay. Let's move on to that little bottle. That one is got the red cap, which I like, and it's actually pretty gray at the top. I'm going to get back on the brush like I tell myself to do a lot. This one has a white label on it too. Kind of, well, it's linseed oil and it's kind of dirty. I do see the difference when I've got that solvent in there. The paint does move much better. That's why people use mediums, you know. Looking where that label, this label came to here. Where does that one come? That one actually comes a little below that one. About down in there. So we're drawing as, you know, as we're painting, we're drawing. And the bottom of it is, I can see the liquid in there. And it's kind of a yellow color. Let's see. Trying to look at what direction this bottom goes. If you never hold your brush from the back, try it sometime. You obviously do not have as much control, which I think can be a good thing. If you like to be more impressionistic and a little looser. It kind of forces you to do that. No harm in starting that way. You can always bring it in, you know, tighter, you know. Anyway, I don't know what I'm painting. Of course, to be in a competition, it has to be recognizable as something in the village. And again, it's old homes, which I love. So I bought 2 frames for this. One is a long canvas. The other is 5 by 7 panels I'm going to be putting in a long frame. It holds 5 of them. So I'm thinking about maybe painting, 5 different buildings in the village. That's what I'm thinking right now. So I think that'd be a little different, it's not something I see somebody do. I'm working on the shape of this a little bit. And when we do that background in, I'm always saying that we'll be able to define the shape of this stuff better too. I'm up on the brush again, but when I'm doing detail work like this, you kind of have to get up there. Going through those paper towels. I like Viva. All right. I'm going to move down to the tube. Trying to feel if I've got the proportions right on the tube before I start. It goes into the bottle there. I'm going to wipe that black off just in case I don't have it in the right place. Comes up to about there. Yeah, I played around with different objects. Brushes are fun to paint too. I've done that. Tools of the trade, huh? This is a tube of the Cobra paint. Not that it matters, but you might recognize it. Busy doing house stuff lately. We had our house painted, and I painted the garage door and painted all the shutters, and so once you get one thing done, it makes the other stuff look like it needs updated. That's true whether it's inside or outside, isn't it? get this angle right. It's going uphill. Like a dent in there, which creates a, I maybe should have worked on that before. I must have squeezed it with my thumb. Let's go ahead and block in the background. A little bit as we come over this way. Trying to ignore the hardware that's on it till I get the shape of it in. I think we're going to go down further. I don't want to be half light and half dark in between those objects, so I'm going to bring the dark on down. You know, that might be something that would catch your eye, so even though it's not the way it is, that's what I'm going to do. Finishing up a dog commission, and I think I have another one. Heard from a lady yesterday. Cute image. Christmas gift for her husband. we're going to have to adjust this cap because there's some neck of the bottle right there, so I think that cap's got to come up. Let me look at this shape. I always say get it blocked in, and then we'll go back and work on it. You can see how odd shaped that is, so you know that's not right. Bring our strokes down a little bit. Let's go ahead and put something on the bottom there. Again, let's see, we do have a shadow here from the tube paint. And over here. So I'm pulling in some of the other colors into this. There's a yellowy kind of color I pulled into this, but I mixed it into this because I want, you know, things to feel like they work together. I wouldn't want to do a whole completely different color down here. And I want it to work with this color above. Alright, got the canvas covered. Now we'll see what we can do to and that brush has a lot of paint on it. Pretty much stick with the same brush usually through the whole painting. So let's just look at one object at a time now. All right. Let's go look at that cap again. You know, and I've said it over and over, I'm an impressionist, so I don't necessarily want things completely hard-edged and perfect. I find it a little more interesting if they're not. But that's me. That's maybe not you. going to grab my little liner brush. Just to put in highlights as we get to that point. All right, let's move on to the next one. You know, there's little ribs in here if that was important to you. You know, you could put them in. I might kind of suggest them, I don't know. So this liquid's kind of a amber color. you know, it may seem like I'm picking at it a lot, but I mean, I want it to feel like the objects without, but I want it to feel painterly, and I think it still does. You know, when I'm done. Odd little shape up there. So we're just working our way across. I kind of wished I hadn't pushed into the bottom of this tube, because like I said, it's almost like a thumbprint in the middle. Stripe there. I always say the longer you look at it, the more you see, and it's so true. Sometimes I'm outside painting for a while, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, hey, I didn't see that. I'm just jumping back and forth between my large brush and my liner brush, just to get in detail where I think it's important. This printing's bigger, and I could explain it exactly, but I'm trying not to do that. With a little pure cad red light. You know, have a little fun, put a little texture on there. Some of it up there. And we're going to want to ground this before we're done. All right, let's move on to the can. Actually, let me look here. It might a little place where the handle comes out. I'm just trying to paint what I see. It's a little dark around the edge. Okay, and the handle itself is pretty light. I have a smaller liner brush I could use, but we're going to try this one. And the handle goes clear down. Let's see where it goes. To about down in here. And then back in here. Light for over there on that side. Looking to see where I need to adjust things. That is really catching light right there. Tip of that tube. Play around with the palette knife a little bit. can, which is nice. Actually, let's see, I don't know that I see it, but I think we could even, a little red in the handle might be an interesting touch, because I think it could possibly be catching it. Just working on grounding some of this stuff. You know, and if you feel like, you know, this has gotten too thick, for example, you know, you can come back with your liner and cut into it. Pushing that up a little bit. I want to make sure those are not the same height, you know. I got red on that brush, but that's okay. A workshop one time where we would do dark backgrounds, and she would have us introduce CAD red light into the background. She felt like it gave it a warmth. So something else to try, right? Okay, wait a minute, let me do a little tweaking here on this shape. Just want to make sure that that feels symmetrical. All right, what do we think of that? Are we pretty happy with that, or? A little dark under there. A little dark there to explain that. are they ever done, right? All right, I think we're about there. I want to brighten it up a little on this side because that is our light side. That's where our light source is. So even the label a little bit. This one too. And hopefully I got enough variety of color in here that's interesting, and you know, it shifts from lighter to darker. I don't know about that, I did that, but it's pretty yellow, isn't it? Looking at my shadow shapes over there. Alright, I think I'm about going to call quits, and then I'll look at it. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. I keep asking people to do that. Trying to get up to that 1,000 mark, and we'll give away a painting. I'm getting there. I think I need about 50 people. And I'm on Facebook, Barbara Pask Fine Art. If you follow me there, you can see if I make any adjustments to these paintings, because I post them there with the link. Just trying to bring those strokes down so they don't catch so much light. You know, there may be little tweaks that happen later on, you know how it is. But I think I depicted the items pretty well. I'll get up and show it to you, and then I can show you the setup a little bit better too. Got cad red light on my leg. I'm not a neat painter. Please let me know about the angle too, if that was better for you. I'm trying, it's hard. Here's a little painting. I'm looking through it with you. Might need an adjustment here. I'm not sure, I have to look at that. All right. See if we can get you down, and I'll show you the items again. Really hard to see with the light on. Wait a minute, I'll turn the light off for you. How's that? So, you know, there they are. Yep, I think I make a few adjustments on the tube of paint, but it was fun. It was fun. Might feel a little crowded to me, the composition, so I have to think about that too. Sometimes I've removed an object even, so it might happen. So again, find me on Facebook so you can see if I make some changes. And thanks for joining me, and please again like and subscribe, and watch for me next time. Stay well.